I'd first like to go across to Gary Clyde Hofbauer, who is a non-resident senior fellow at the Peterson Institute for International Economics. He's joining us from New Mexico in the US. Gary, do you believe that the immediate beneficiary of what is happening in Russia is China? Because the more I study it, I get a feeling that on every front, geostrategically, in terms of economics, trade, digital payments, positioning, China is really profiting from this war. Can you just unmute your audio, please, Gary? Can you just unmute your audio, Gary? Because I'm not hearing you clearly. I think you muted your audio. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Very well. Yes, thank you.
The immediate beneficiary are the Middle Eastern countries and metal-producing countries such as Canada, Australia, Indonesia, because the prices of these products have soared. But the longer-term beneficiary, as you have indicated, will be China. Now, right now, China benefits because Russia will sell oil to it at a discount, oil and gas, because Russia has lost many markets for oil and gas, and it will mark down the prices that China pays by at least 10%, possibly 20%. And as well, China will take over the credit card business, banking transfers, consumer goods, and so forth in Russia. So over the next 5 years, yes, China will benefit quite a bit. And that was what the chief economic advisor to President Zelensky, Mr. Oleg, said the other day at our institute. Yes, so that's the longer term. But right now, the soaring oil, nickel, palladium, platinum, all those prices are benefiting other countries.
Gary, didn't the West, plan this out? Because obviously there's going to be no vacuum. And so wouldn't the West know? Wouldn't the West know, Gary, I'll repeat the question, wouldn't the West know that if American companies move out, then Chinese companies will naturally move in? So would the West not care about China gaining as long as it affects Russia badly in the short term?
You are right, but I do not think the American foreign policy establishment realized how many companies would withdraw from Russia. They weren't forced to withdraw except by their reputations, but they did withdraw. And now the number of companies which have withdrawn is about 330. And most of those are American firms, but a lot of European firms as well. And that's something of a surprise. You are correct that China will fill this vacuum, and it will, in many products, ranging from internet services, Alibaba and so forth, basic semiconductors, consumer goods, all kinds of things. China will fill the vacuum.
And also the yuan. China has always wanted to internationalize the yuan and its currency. And isn't the conflict in Ukraine just helping China, Gary, in its goal to internationalize its currency, which it has been trying since 2009, because all these Russian companies and banks are now turning to China's currency?
You are right. The China has an alternative messaging system to SWIFT. The Chinese system is called CIPS, SIPS. And and China has wanted, as you said, to have the RMB become an international currency. And this conflict will further the use of CIPS, and it will further the internationalization of the RMB. Certainly, as far as Russia is concerned, the RMB will now be its reserve currency because dollars and euros have been frozen and may be seized as a result of this conflict. So yes, this will help China internationalize its financial system.
Well, Gary, it appears to me that that maybe the Russians did not play out in their mind how far this would go and how badly they would be hit. But I think the Chinese have played out in their mind how they're going to benefit. Gary Clyde, thank you very much for joining me. This is clearly China being the biggest beneficiary of the war. Gary Clyde of the Peterson Institute, thank you very much.